Ndugu yangu. Thank you very much, Excellency.
Very much, Chair. I request that we get seated. Colleagues and friends, it's very challenging to speak the very last after 3 days of hard work, because delegates would want to get home, and the law of diminishing returns is at work. But it's also an opportunity and a benefit, because for the same reason that we all want to get traveling home, concentration capacity is at its lowest, and therefore the last speaker can get away with anything. It is with great optimism I deliver these remarks at the conclusion of a very successful 9th Devolution Conference held in this beautiful and vibrant county of Homa Bay. I commend the Homa Bay County for once again demonstrating its capacity to host national events with excellence and distinction, having only recently hosted the 2025 Madaraka Day celebrations with remarkable success. The warmth of the people of Homa Bay, the efficiency of the leadership of Homa Bay County, and the flawless logistical arrangements enjoyed here speak volumes about what devolution can achieve. This conference, therefore, comes at an opportune time, resonating with the hopes and dreams of every resident of this county, for its testament to the true spirit of devolution and the vision of equal development and opportunity across the length and breadth of this great Republic of Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and colleagues, over the past 4 days, the 9th Devolution Conference has served as a critical policy forum, facilitating evidence-based dialogue, peer learning, stakeholder reflection on the trajectory of Kenya's devolution agenda. Participants have rigorously interrogated data, shared subnational innovations, synthesized citizen feedback, and reaffirmed our collective commitment to embedding equity, inclusion, and social justice into the fabric of the devolved government's structure. The 9th Devolution Conference has brought into sharp focus some of the most enduring and structural challenges facing devolution today. Significantly, the deliberations have been grounded in data, participatory evidence, and collaborative results. Additionally, this conference has served as a mechanism of accountability, reaffirming that devolution is more than a constitutional aspiration. It is a practical and developmental instrument for advancing spatial equity, participatory democracy, and transformative service delivery. In so doing, the conference has underscored the future of devolution lies in institutional innovation, shared responsibility, and policy execution that centers on the citizen. The deliberations of this conference were structured under particular themes. The good governance theme reaffirmed a central truth that public participation, civic engagement, social accountability, and fidelity to the rule of law are not just discretionary ideals. The deliberations on human rights and social justice brought into sharp focus the imperative of embedding a rights-based approach within our devolved governance structures. As we bring this year's Devolution Conference to a close, I reaffirm the national government's unwavering commitment to strengthening devolution, because devolution remains our most powerful tool for driving inclusion, equity, and social justice for us prosperous Kenya. I commend the National Treasury for maintaining a strong disbursement performance despite the prevailing fiscal situation. And as the Minister has said, as of end of June 2025, all the disbursements, including the arrears of the previous financial year, have been settled. I encourage continued collaboration of the national and county governments in the execution of key priority projects that we are partnering to deliver. For example, the county aggregation and industrial parks, which remain a critical anchor to the job creation agenda. In the health sector also, through the partnership of both levels of government, Kenya has now enrolled in excess of 25.5 million residents under Taifa Care, administered by the Social Health Authority, SHA. This is a major step towards achieving universal health coverage. The national government will be reaching out to county governments to activate a joint plan to engage our young people in targeted interventions. The young people of Kenya have expressed their reservations with the government's speed and efficiency in executing the agenda for job and income opportunity creation. Tied to these reservations are concerns relating to integrity and transparency and accountability. There is need, therefore, for greater level of engagement with our young people, and I commend this conference for starting the conversations with and involving the young people. And I hope this will be a culture in our country so that going forward we can have regular sessions of engagement across generations, across gender, across other divisions to build a stronger country. Going forward, the youth will play a very important role in Kenya's social transformation. And therefore, we hold them dearly as part of our endeavor to create national solutions for the problems facing our society today. The government does not brush over the concerns raised by young people. Instead, we are committed to securing spaces for dialogue and continuous consultations to ensure that we enhance trust in the institutions of government. And when I say government, it is the two levels of government. This we must do in concert, not in confrontation. Distinguished guests, fellow leaders, friends of devolution, fellow countrymen and friends, allow me to end my remarks by just off the cuff saying that in summary, the things that will underpin our progress as a nation going forward into the 21st century, in my view, the place of young people, the youth of the nation and the youth of this continent will be critical in underwriting and defining our common future. So as we even center devolution on the people and on the citizen, the young person, the youth, for various advantages that they hold against other generations, they will play a very important part in defining our common future. Technology will also play an important part. And finally, to bridge the resource and financing gaps that we are experiencing in the public sector in the two levels of government, the three arms of government. The partnerships between the public and private sector in terms of raising resources and financing the provision of services and projects is going to be critical. And therefore, the youth, technology, and partnerships will define Kenya's and Africa's 21st century. Secondly, I say this without any fear of contradiction, that of all the innovations of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, the most profound innovation and the crown jewel of our current Constitution is devolution. And this is a good opportunity, therefore, to pay tribute to a great son of this county, the late Dr. Crispin Odhiambo Bai, who laid his life in the fight for a devolved Kenya and a more equitable Kenya. And I have had the moment to witness the remembrance that has been placed by the county government of Homa Bay and the Council of Governors at the Bay in honor of a great son of Homa Bay, Dr. Crispin Odhiambo Bai. May his soul rest in eternal peace. I am also conscious of the milestones we have achieved in the last so many years under this devolved system. The structures and the relationships among institutions are work in progress, and there are a lot of positive stories around devolution. The latest achievement has been the signing into law of a bill granting financial autonomy to our county assemblies so that they can provide effective, as opposed to vindictive, oversight over the executive at the county level. We hope that the county assemblies will use those resources to perfect their constitutional role of oversight and also of representation and legislation. The threats that face us going into the 21st century, number one is corruption and abuse of resources meant for the provision of public services, and this affects both levels of government, the national government and the county governments. It affects all the arms of government, the executive at both levels, the legislature at both levels of government, and the judiciary, which is not devolved. No one is spared. It affects and it has permitted into private sector, civil society, academia, and into the citizenry of our country. And time has come for us to face head-on the threat of corruption and the danger it poses for the sustainability of our democracy and of our country. We are also facing the risk of sectarianism and subnational interests that are sometimes ethnic-oriented and in many times attempt to undermine and claw back on national unity and the cohesion of our country. We must also be alive to the grave risk posed by violence and extreme behavior that is processed through violent means. And therefore, violent extremism today is not around religious fundamentalism only, but we are witnessing also political intolerance and extremism, where disagreements on national issues, including national problems, are processed through violent behavior. That, in my very humble submission, fellow Kenyans, poses grave danger to the sustainability of Kenya and Africa as we move to the 21st century. Therefore, the triple risks of corruption, sectarianism, especially ethnic sectarianism and violent extremism, including politics and political issues being processed through violence. Those three risks stand on the way to our prosperity as we look into the 21st century. But as I have said, good people, we have the benefits, the advantage, the resources, and the logistics of a huge and educated young population, a hub for technology and innovation in our country, and the growing harmonization of the resources across public and private sector to produce enough resources to deliver services. We have a good constitutional order whose crown jewel is devolution, and increasingly the relationships between all institutions in devolution is work in progress, and there's a lot of success stories for us to learn from. It is therefore a great privilege for me to stand before you, fellow Kenyans and friends, in this land of Homa Bay County, land that has produced very many great Kenyans, the late Tom Mboya, a great nationalist who fought for the independence of our country. We recently buried Phoebe Asio, Mama Phoebe Asio, who did a great job towards the empowerment of women and the recognition of equality across gender. But we have present-day heroes. What our sister Gladys Wanga has done is to affirm and confirm that what a man can do, a woman can do better. My sister, you have dignified the leadership of women. Going forward, let there be no doubts about what a woman can do as a leader. We applaud you, and you're a good example to our sisters and our daughters, so that we can know that a woman is just as good, if not better, a leader than the rest of us. So thank you very much, Gladys. But we have our great son here of Homa Bay, John Buddy, the first National Treasury Minister from this region, courtesy of President William Ruto. The first National Treasury or Finance Minister from this part of the world and this part of the country, who in a record 1 year has turned around, demystified the National Treasury, simplified the complexities around public finance in the National Treasury. And with the support of the President and the rest of his colleagues, those of us who sit with him in cabinet, John Buddy is on the way, is on the road, in my estimation, of becoming perhaps one of the best finance ministers Kenya has ever had. Thank you, John. You have our support. I know we have other leaders here. My brother, Moses Kajwang, my high school mono of many years, has also done a good job as a young person. He's now a very experienced senator, and he's come out as a very strong and principled leader, very articulate, issue-driven. He's never petty. I salute you, Senator Moses Kajwang. And I think Homa Bay has done very well. We have our colleagues in the National Assembly, all of them great people in their own right. But because we are in Homa Bay town, the contribution of George Opondo Kaluma as a parliamentarian has been quite profound. We salute you, Mheshimiwa Kaluma, and the other colleagues from this region. You've done us proud. I have many things to say about Homa Bay and the people around here. And, I agree, actually, as Gladys keeps on mentioning, this is the county of endless potential. I have had the privilege to work as a Cabinet Secretary for Interior, And my colleague, P.S. Raymond Omolo, who also comes from this county, did a fantastic job while we served with him, and I think until now, even under the new minister, is delivering for Kenya, a fairly young leader holding one of the most crucial dockets in the government of the Republic of Kenya, again, courtesy of President William Ruto. Good people, I don't want to stand between you and lunch and your journeys home. Let me wish you safe travels and God's blessings. I wish you well in whatever you do. I pray that when you get home, you'll find your family safe, and we will continue interacting even more. Thank you, Homa Bay County. Thank you, Council of Governors. Thank you, all partners. And thank you, all colleagues who have made this possible. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless Kenya.
Your Excellency, we will kindly request you to remain up on stage as we do the launch.
And I am reminded now that the 9th Biennial Devolution Conference is now officially closed. Thank you.
Asante sana, Your Excellency. We'll request you to now proceed to launch the model school feeding policy. You'll be accompanied by the chair and the vice chair of the COG, the whip of the council, the host, governor. Plus, I would also like to welcome up on stage Shalom Diku from Food for Education to come and join here. We are going to do a countdown as His Excellency, the Deputy President, then launches for us the model school feeding policy. You'll help me count down for him from 10 to 1. Your Excellency, you will just press the button when we get to 1. Shall we count from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch. Ladies and gentlemen, Madam CEO of the Council of Governors, please join us on stage. Your Excellency, we will take a photo and the distribution of the booklets. The Deputy President is distributing the booklets, the model school feeding policy. The first gift you are about to receive, Your Excellency, is a gift from the Council of Governors, presented to you by the Chair of the Council. That gift is from the Council of Governors, being presented by the Chair of the Council. The second gift that will come up will be from the host county of Homa Bay, from the Homa Hills to the Bay Area. Host Governor, Her Excellency Gladys Wanga, is presenting the gift. And the third gift will be from Food for Education, being presented by Food for Education Director Shalom. That one, Your Excellency, is from the county of Homa Bay. Makofi to the county of Homa Bay. Asante sana. Next gift, Your Excellency, this is from Food for Education. You just launched the model school feeding policy from Food for Education. That is Director Shalom presenting the gifts. Food for Education, asante sana. Asante sana. We'll request Your Excellency only to remain up on stage. Your Excellency, you'll remain up on stage for the national anthem, which will be cued shortly.
Hey, Latif.
So, Your Excellency, there will be one final photo at the launch, and you'll be guided to one photo with the guests and the Council of Governors. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending Devolution Conference 2025. It's been successful, fruitful conversations until 2027. Until the next Devolution Conference, wish you all the very best. As the host leadership has said, don't leave. You can tour a lot of Homa Bay County, and when you go home, go well.